I know we did this last year, but this is year 2, and my hope is that we get bigger and better, and we have more fun every year.
It's a camp designed to inspire dreams. You know, we want them to dream and dream big, and we feel that if they continue to work and push themselves, they'll be able to attain it.
Camp has been fabulous. We gained a day. We went from 2 days last year to 3 days this year, and a full day of a field trip.
This is actually the best camp I've been to so far. Like, my mom puts us in every camp she can find, and she said that she wants the best for us, and she actually gave us the best camp ever.
This is probably one of the most exciting things you can do here at DCF, and to be part of the community, and to have James Jones so involved with this camp and being with the kids is tremendous. It's a tremendous boost for these kids. It's just a wonderful thing for our community and a wonderful thing for these kids who are going to have a great 3 days in James Jones Camp.
Well, first of all, they're unique. You know, most camps are centered around, you know, some sort of athletic endeavor, and what James and his foundation have been able to do is say, okay, well, you know what, we're going to have a camp for life. How about we put together some life skills and opportunities to expand yourself outside of the classroom, outside of the playing field or court or ice or wherever kids find themselves, and particularly kids that are at risk. A lot of these children are in foster homes, have been in a few. You have to create a foundation of confidence before you can have success. And so what I think James and his foundation has decided is that you have a series of opportunities for kids to have fun. That's critical. You know, you want to maintain their attention, but also at the same time, after you go kayaking, let's come in and talk about how to best study. You know, then we'll go play some basketball. Then we'll come in and talk about maybe life finances. You know, we'll go out and, you know, have an experience, maybe playing a pickup basketball game, and then come back in and you know, talk about what's the best way to study to get yourself ready for your SATs or ACTs. So they're combining, I think, the best things of having fun in summer, you know, but getting ready for life.
But the fact that this is on a college campus as opposed to a community center, they get a chance to leave their surroundings, what they've known, and actually see, oh my goodness, I could be here one day. This could be my student union. I could eat in this cafeteria. I could buy these books from this bookstore. So it makes it more tangible. And I think the key is just the ability to touch and feel and be. They're immersed in the energy of college.
You know, this is the second year that we've been involved within FIU and campus recreation and the James Jones Camp for Champs, and it is an exciting opportunity for us and for the kids and the Department of Children and Families to show the children what it is to be at the university and a university environment, and the fellowship and the education and all the opportunity that it avails itself.
Well, I wanted to grow the camp because I think in everything, if you can see growth, that's always great. So we grew it by the day, as I mentioned, and I wanted them to have a field trip that was going to be very impactful. So we had the opportunity to take them to one of James Jones's favorite places, which is the Davy Ranch.
Oh man, I had to smell the poop. But it was still fun.
I love the horses. Like, it's like if I could actually talk to them.
It was stinky, but I like riding the horses because I got to ride a stallion horse.
It was so much fun. I had a little connection with the horse. His name is Milady. I love her. I've always wanted to ride a horse, and I finally got to.
To see them get on a horse, holding guinea pigs, taking the eggs out of the chicken coop, the obstacle course. It was just an amazing opportunity for more than half of the kids, probably all of them, and we're talking about 65 kids. He does not want to just sign on the dotted line and say, here, use my image and my likeness, and I'll be there for opening, I'll take a group picture. He is here every day. He has been on site all 3 days. He has climbed the ropes course. He has been a part of their experience.
I really don't know how to explain it, but it was like pretty cool since I never met any famous person or anything. It was really cool.
He's nice.
He acted normal instead of cocky like other people act like.
He is very, very humble. He come out and talks to everybody like he's just a normal person. I thought that was pretty cool.
Well, first of all, he gives like really important lessons. Like he tells us about his life and how it can apply to our lives to make us a better person. And he has a spirit, you know what I mean? He has a heart, and he's not cocky or mean.
It's not often that you have everyday kids or from everyday environments have a chance to actually participate in the summer camp with the actual person that's actually conducting the summer camp. Because most people will give money to it, but they wouldn't give the time. So you can see the average celebrity summer camp, but you rarely see the celebrity. But no, James Jones, he's so accessible to the kids that he's real for them. So now they see James Jones, the person, as opposed to just James Jones, the celebrity.
He's here with them. He's hands-on. And then for a champion, for you to be able to sit down with a champion and he asks you how your day is doing, how are your grades? And this is something that you just can't write a better story.
It is amazing. James Jones has taken his life lessons and he is really imparting to these young children life lessons about education and about morals and values and about opportunity. And it is so valuable and it's so wonderful, and I'm grateful that he's in our community.
These were the 3 points that we gave you. Number 1 was what? Obligations. Obligations. Okay, number 2? Opportunity. And the third one is what? Outcome. So it's obligations, opportunities, and outcome. And who controls all of those? You do.
Well, you know, anytime we can do something to inspire and to challenge these young people, it always has great benefits. And to be a part of what James is doing with his Legacy Foundation and to see the impact it's making on these children.
How many sides do this basketball have? 2. Quiet. All right, how many sides? All right, everybody give the people who said 0 a hand. Everybody give a hand. You got it wrong. Sit down.
To change a kid's environment or change a kid's perspective, you got to look at all the things and try to give them the best experience and exposure that you can, and that's what being here at FIU actually contributes to.
What the honeymoon stage is. Basically, it's when most relationships start out in that, oh, I love him, he's so cute.
The 3 different types of love that I spoke about, one was kind of like the honeymoon phase, the romantic love, which was the honeymoon phase, the nurturing love, which was a healthy relationship, and then the addictive love, which was more of an abusive relationship. So we kind of went over, you know, what to look out for, you know, triggers to look out for, some of the red flags, and just being able to love yourself first before you can say you can love anyone else.
Everybody, please make sure you put something about how you're going to get to where you want to go.
I think the fact that James Jones is from the Miami area, I think that fact really does amplify his effect, because it's something that they can really relate to. Like, this was me, this could have been me. I live here, you know, I lived in that neighborhood. I see that this potential can be reached, and I think that speaks wonders of, for each of these students here, because they're like, you know, that could be me, and you know, even the little girls as well. You know, a lot of them are into sports, and we always think, oh, you know, no, these little kids are seeing a picture of success that is from their area and it's localized. So it's a localized picture of success, and I think that's even more beautiful.
They can see my example and know that I was a kid just like them. You know, I grew up in the same city, the same set of circumstances, but just a little bit different. But that I dreamed, and I dreamed big, and I was able to accomplish it.
I am hoping that they had fun, they made a few friends, that there was something that next week when they need to make a decision, maybe next year, in years to come, that they can reflect on.
Looking at themselves and saying that I can do it despite where I come from, despite of who I am, despite of what color my skin is, you know, despite that I may, you know, live in a project, so I may come from poverty, I can still make it.
And if we want to see that cycle of poverty broken, we need to start investing, you know, back into our youth and our minority youth and our underprivileged youth.
So I want to encourage people that, you know, if you are taking from a community, if you're being blessed by the community, then remember you should give back into it, because ultimately if you continue to take away from something and don't put back into it, someday you'll come to take something out of it and nothing will be there for you to take.
Come join us. Come here. Look at the pictures. Next year, come in and have a first-hand look at what's happening here. This is not for a tax write-off. This is not a show. This is not for TV cameras. Last year we had barely any media here. this is for real. We're impacting lives. James has a heart for these kids, and he's doing what he can. He's found the right resources to impact lives right here at this camp.
I would say that we need as much help as we can get, and we appreciate it, and we love them.
The James Jones Legacy Foundation Camp for Champs is a program, a project, a camp that you should really partner your brand with, because we're making a difference. We're holding kids accountable for their actions. We're trying to pour great things inside of them, and we're committed to this community and these children, giving them an opportunity that they may not normally have in their lives.